So, lads, the Seattle Storm are a team that's in an unbelievable position. They're in an unbelievable position. It was this close to not being good at all. Because if you guys don't know, with the Seattle Storm, they currently are the team that are looking like they're going to be the 7th seed. Or 8th seed, maybe? Either the 7th or the 8th seed. Basically, if the Valks beat the Lynx, the Valks go in as the 6th seed. And if the Valks lose to the Lynx, the Valks go in as the 8th seed. And the likelihood is that the Valks are going to try to win that game, or the Lynx are going to try to win that game because, well, they want to face the Valks. The Storm have already beaten the Lynx twice. The Storm kind of have the Lynx's number. So for me anyway, I just don't see there really being a point in trying to face off against that team that has had your number all year. But yeah, so if you guys haven't seen, last night the Storm played the Valkyries in a game that would have guaranteed the Valkyries the 6th seed had they won. And the Valkyries were up big going into the 4th. They were up 8 points going into the 4th, only put up 12 points in the 4th quarter. It was a game where, like, Sykes at 14, but Erica Wheeler was the player, is the main reason that the Seattle Storm are in the playoffs. Because the Valks, again, Salon missed a couple of shots, but Erica Wheeler literally won that game for them. She won the game for them. So Erica Wheeler, they're down 27 seconds to go. Erica Wheeler has the ball at the top of the three-point line. And 8 seconds to go, isolates, pulls up from mid, boom. And then, not only that, is there any... she came up huge here on this defensive possession here. Salon misses. And whose hands does the ball land in? Erica Wheeler's. In Erica Wheeler's hands. Shout out Erica Wheeler. What a player. What a freaking player. Was actually, you know what, she would have been unbelievable for this year's Indiana Fever team, but doesn't play the style of basketball that works with Caitlin Clark. Like, I rate her really highly. I thought she was good, even at times when Caitlin was off the floor last year. An energy player who is probably her and Veronica Burton for the most improved player. But you got to give a shout out to Erica Wheeler. Like, I don't think there's an Indiana Fever fan that's sad that Erica Wheeler is pulling off this, because it was a stylistic thing, not a talent reason why Erica Wheeler didn't work out last season with the Indiana Fever. It was just due to stylistic reasons. But the Seattle Storm, had they lost that game, they go 22-22 for the season and don't have the tiebreaker over the Sparks. They didn't have the tiebreaker over the Sparks. So what would have happened was, if they'd lost that game, the Valks or the Fever, one of those would have been the 7th seed and one of them would have been the 6th seed. The likelihood is the Fever would have been the 6th seed. So these teams, you want to go into that 3rd seed slot. Unpopular opinion, you want to face the Fever. You would want to face the Fever in that scenario. So I could see the Aces resting their team while the Sparks go and absolutely just play it like it's Game 7 of the finals and tied the Seattle Storm's record, which I think there was a really good chance of that happening, like of the Sparks going and pulling that off. But Erica Wheeler cemented the Seattle Storm spot in the playoffs. She basically meant that they're in the playoffs, and there's a big reason why that matters, because the Seattle Storm don't have their own draft pick, but they have the LA Sparks draft pick. So what could have happened if the Storm didn't make the playoffs is they would have been giving the Washington Mystics a lottery pick. Another lottery pick. The Mystics would have had 2 lottery picks this year, just like they had 2 lottery picks last year. So they were going to give Washington Mystics a 2nd lottery pick. However, now they get a lottery pick. So what could have, had they lost this game and the Sparks won their next game, it would have been a situation where they would have gotten the 8th pick in the draft and would have given up a lottery pick. But now they give up the 8th or 9th pick in the draft and they get a lottery pick. So this is a Storm team who has Dominique Malonga, Could you imagine if they just said, you know what? We're going to figure out all the other stuff. We're going to figure out all the other stuff here. But you know what we're going to do? You know who we're going to take? We're going to take our chances again. We're going to take our fam. And the thing is because of the WNBA's 2-year rule, if the Storm didn't make it out of the playoffs, they would have, or didn't make the playoffs, they would have had the 5th most likely chance at the number 1 pick. However, because they made the playoffs and the Sparks were so bad last year, the Sparks have the 3rd best odds at the number 1 pick. So there's a good chance. I think there's something like a 20% chance or something that they get the number 1 overall pick after getting Dominique Malonga last year for giving up Jewel effing Lloyd. They gave up Jewel Lloyd and got the number 1 pick. Like, that's mental. That is mental. They basically, the real number 1 pick in Dominique Malonga. But obviously the Seattle Storm are now in a situation where they're one of those teams that has an outside chance of making the finals, because we've seen when the Storm have locked in, they've beaten some of the top teams, but then we've seen when the Storm aren't locked in, they go and lose to the Fever. Like, the Seattle Storm are terrible when they're not locked in. When they're locked in, they are definitely one of those teams that are dangerous. I don't know if I would say good, but I would say dangerous in a best of 3, because they have a bunch of dogs on the team. They play defense. They have Neko Umake. They have a lot of these players, but for me, I'm like, I don't know. I just don't. I think they might be able to upset someone in the first round. And if you're the Aces, it kind of scares the bejesus out of you. The Seattle Storm, because the Seattle Storm match up well to the Aces. They match up really, really well to the Aces. There's obviously the Jewel Lloyd effect there. And to be fair, we did say the same last year and the Aces pummeled them in the playoffs. But yeah, either way, I want to give a shout out to Erica Wheeler. Erica freaking Wheeler. Like, I didn't think Erica Wheeler was going to do this. Like, I don't think anyone thought Erica Wheeler was going to be this good. I don't think Erica Wheeler thought Erica Wheeler was going to be this good. I think she believed she was going to be this good. I don't think Erica Wheeler thought she was going to be this good again, because she was only, like, she got signed on a minimum deal. She's on a vet minimum, so nobody was going to offer her money. And Erica Wheeler has come back with the best season she's had since her All-Star years. So, yeah, shout out Erica Wheeler. Legitimately saved the Seattle Storm season. And if they hadn't signed Erica Wheeler and the Fever had signed Erica Wheeler at the start of the year, like, I don't know where the Seattle Storm would be, and it definitely wouldn't be in the playoffs.